Hello, my name is Kelvin, and I'm the owner of FixMySlowPC.biz. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'd like to present to you a slide I call It's So Important. This FixMySlowPC.biz. And today what we want to do is we want to talk about why is my computer so slow. I'm sure we all get those problems with our PC, and that is exactly why I'm producing these videos. And this is going to be a series of videos that I'll be presenting. By the way, I am a 12-year Microsoft certified professional, and this is something that I do for a living, and I like sharing information with people. So feel free to send me an email or drop me some suggestions, or if there's anything you have any questions about, feel free to give me a response and let me know how you like the work. Okay, why is my computer so slow? Part 1. And here we go. First thing we're going to talk about is what happens when your computer is so slow. You turn on your computer, and the only thing you see is the window screen with the line scrolling at the bottom. I'm sure you guys have seen this. You turn off your computer, and it does the same thing continuously. Your computer is stuck in what we call a boot loop. It turns on, it boots up, but it's stuck at that screen. In other words, you turn on the computer, you're just seeing the Windows line, and you're seeing those lines scrolling at the bottom of your screen. And that doesn't do you any good at all. You need to get your PC up and running, and right now your screen is just stuck, and you need to get your baby back on the road. Okay. So, let's take a look at that screen and let's see exactly what that looks like. This is the screen that we're talking about. In this particular case, this is Windows XP. You're going to see, and it may be Windows 7, or it may be, hopefully you're not still on Windows 2000, but most of the generic Windows operating systems, when you're stuck in this loop, you're just going to see this screen. And you'll just see the little lines, the colored lines, scrolling there in that bar, and it'll keep scrolling and scrolling over and over again. And that's telling you right there that you're having problems with your operating system, and it needs to be addressed. The first thing I want to do is we're going to restart the computer, because it's time to take some action here. But this time when we restart, we're going to do something different. While the computer is booting up, let's tap on the F8 key, or the F8 function key on the keyboard. And you'll notice the F8 function key is going to be right at the top. You'll see escape at the upper left hand corner, and just scroll over until you see the F8 key. And what you're going to do is when the computer is starting up, you're going to keep tapping that F8 key. And we're going to take a look. You can do this. When you see the next screen, I want you to start tapping. Just tap and follow along with me if you're on that screen right now. This is what's going to happen. This is going to come up, and it's going to ask you to select your operating system. And in this case, you do have a selection. If it's a multi-boot machine, you may see Windows XP in one, and you may see Windows 7. That's if you've done an upgrade. You'll see multiple selections here. But in this case, you'll notice at the bottom it says, for troubleshooting and advanced startup options for Windows, press F8. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing here when we press F8. When we see the screen above, continue to press F8 until you get to the next screen. Here's what you will see in the safe mode. You will have multiple options to choose from. In this case, the safe mode screen gives you these options. In this case, I'd like you to choose the safe mode with networking. And I'm going to show you that screen in a minute. And the significance of that is this will allow you to still have access to the internet while we can resolve your issues. And that's important. Here's the option screen here. So you're going to be tapping the F8 key. It's going to say safe mode, and you can choose the option safe mode with networking. The other option, safe mode with command prompt, is for the more advanced users where you want to use some of the commands that you can actually type in. And you'll notice you'll see other services here. You'll see last known good configuration. Now, I'm going to talk about that in another chapter. That's actually a useful tool that us advanced users use, but you can also use that at home too if you think that your most recent settings were pretty good and it'll allow you to get in. But in this case, if it's just stuck, there's a couple more things that we can do. So we're going to go with the safe mode with networking. Okay, then you're going to get this screen. It's going to say Windows is running in safe mode. It's just letting you know that it's aware that you're having a problem. It's going to load a Windows platform for you, but you're going to notice, you're going to see the safe mode. You'll see those letters, those words safe mode in each corner, upper left, right hand, and below. You'll see that. And you'll just click yes to proceed because you want to get to that screen so that you can see what's going on with your PC. Now you'll notice we're in the safe mode, and you'll see it says there at the top what type of operating system you have. You know, you have Windows XP. It even tells you there what service pack that you have. And this particular PC has Service Pack 3. And you'll notice it just looks like it's a regular screen. You can get to most things, and in this particular case, you have selected the option to load safe mode with networking, so you can even get to the internet. But there's some other things I want to do here. We're going to click on the Start Program, and then we're going to run. We're going to click on the word Run. We're just clicking on the Start button. Click on Run. Now, when we click on that Run button, it's going to bring up this Run window. And what we're going to do is we're going to type in the words, or just the letters, msconfig. Yeah, we're going to bring up msconfig. And let's see what that does. msconfig brings up what's known as a system configuration utility. And in this particular case, what I'd like you guys to do is we're going to click on Selective Startup. We're going to go to that Startup tab. You'll see in this particular window, I'm going to stop here for a second because it has a lot of information here, and we want to be very careful about what we're selecting here. The General tab, System Any, Win Any, Boot Any, and Services, and Startup. But in this particular case, guys, I just want you to pay attention to the Startup tab, and we're going to click on that Startup tab, and then we're going to click Selective Service, and you're going to see what exactly that does. Now, the other buttons there, I'm going to talk about those again in another chapter, but Services and Startup are pretty important. But here we're just going to click on the Startup button, and let's see what that brings up. Startup. See if we can get this up here. I'm having a technical difficulty myself here. Okay. Here's where I say stop, look, and listen. Here's where I want you to take a good look at the list. Here I need you to be careful. Select the program that's causing you the problem. In particular, I would suggest that you think about what was recently installed or downloaded on your PC. We want to look at stuff like that. And you're going to say, all I see is the window screen.